Oh shit, that's what's wrong. Okay, what's up, y'all? So some of y'all don't know this, but a lot of people are gonna say, no, that's not true. That's not true. You don't have that. Believe what you want to believe. But I will post a video once it is done. My grandfather found the very first 288 GTO. Ferrari doesn't know it exists. No one knows it exists, except for the guy he bought it from and a couple other people. And the reason he knows this is it has fiberglass doors. And the difference between fiberglass doors that were made back in the 80s and the ones today is the ones in the 80s had honeycomb fiberglass. The structure was honeycomb. It was not real honeycomb, but the structure was honeycomb shaped from fiberglass. So y'all probably know what I'm talking about here. One second, I'm gonna pull up a picture. Honeycomb fiberglass. Images. I can't find any pictures of it. Honeycomb. This stuff. Come on. This stuff. It's ancient technology that no one uses anymore. And the doors. The guy he got it from. He had two 288s, and the other one he sold. And actually, no, he got one of them. And he used the doors and everything as molds for parts. And when Ferrari came back to him and said, we need parts. We need to make a mold for that 288. So could we please get your car back? And he said, nope, but I can make the molds for you. So that's exactly what he did. He made the molds for Ferrari, sent them over to Ferrari in Maranello, and that's why a lot of the panels are discolored. Now, if y'all know, give me 1 second. The first 288, the trunk that you open up, I'll just show you. 288 GTO. Okay, 1 second. Images. 1 second. Okay, if y'all look at this picture of the 288, you can see right here, there's nothing sticking up. Now, if I show you the first one, if I can even fucking find it, experimental, first GTO, fucking hell. No. Prototype. Okay, no, this is the first GTO prototype with a long wheelbase. The first prototype had a short wheelbase like a 308. It was based off the 308 GTO. This is my grandfather's the first one with a long wheelbase. Prototype with long wheelbase. With come on, Ferrari, come on, I can't find it. But if some of y'all are into the 288, there's a If the hood is sitting like this, the back of it, it sticks up like this, except wider. So it's like this. Imagine this cord's out there. It sticks up like this in the back. Sorry about the glare. It sticks up like that in the middle of it. So that's the difference. And it's also the doors that they made on the original, the ones after the prototype, after the second prototype, which was the first long wheelbase. Everything was steel. The doors are steel. The hood was steel. The engine coverlet, I forgot what it's called, or let's just say the bonnet was steel and the trunk hood is steel or whatever. You all know what I'm talking about, hopefully. And that was the difference. Now, the thing is he does not have the first engine. The first engine, there is a guy. My grandfather knows a guy who knows a guy that has the very, very first 288 engine. But Ferrari told him specifically, keep the engine. Whatever you do, do not sell the engine. Don't give it to anybody. And so my grandfather, what he's trying to do is give him. My grandfather has the third engine and the first transmission, and he has numbers on them. There are numbers, and what he was going to do is give him the third engine along with some extra cash and receive the first engine. That would make it the very, very first 288. Is okay. Let me back up for a second. This is really the second engine the guy he has. That is the guy he knows. My grandfather knows a guy who knows a guy who has the second engine, actually. The first engine was, okay, so if the car sat like this, and this is the front and this is the back, the engine, if this is the front of the engine, so if this is the tip of the engine, the USB is the tip of the engine. That's the tip of the engine. It was seated like this, sideways. And that was based off for the 308. This was their 308 short wheelbase design. They couldn't do it like this because that would make it longer. So they made it shorter by turning it sideways. Then when they made the long wheelbase, they made it like this. That's what forced them to make it a longer wheelbase. So he is the guy who has the first one for the long wheelbase. Anyway, so for the prototypes, they had a bunch of numbers on all of the door panels and all the panels. They did a whole bunch of different configurations. There are numbers on lots of the panels. I have walked up there and I get to see it because I'm working on myself on a 1932 Model T Ford Roadster, and it's a 3-window. And we just finished building an engine, and we started it by my grandfather's main mechanic that works on all of his cars. His name is Al Albertson, and he is working on the 288 right now, and I get to see it. And boy, a lot of people that come in and see it, they're like, you don't have the very first one. It's just impossible. But there is a discoloration. It's like on the door, it's like super red in this spot, but then it's like really faded in this spot. That's because he had to make a mold from the doors, and that's what made them so discolored. And so he's got third engine, first transmission. Yeah, 1 second, I got some notes here. Let me see here. So if y'all don't know, it was the reason Ferrari made the 288 was because they wanted to submit it into B-class racing, and as soon as they got it done, B-class racing was banned, and they had nothing to do with the cars, so they just decided to make them from 85 to 86. I'm pretty sure that's when they made them. And I'm gonna tell you that my grandfather got the body. He did not get the transmission. None of the transmission, transmission, engine, gas. There was no gas tanks. There was a bunch of missing stuff, missing radiator. He got the body for the first Ferrari 288 with a long wheelbase for 150 grand. And I'm not shitting you. This is what he told me. Not my words, his words. He got it for 150 grand, which is insane. It's an insane bargain. And I don't remember what they were going to do with the car. I'm pretty sure I had a bunch of buddies. He was going to put the car back together. Never got to it. And and I will give you an update on the car later. It just give you just to comprehend how expensive this project is going to be. The gas tanks. There's 2 gas tanks that are like this big. And they're aluminum. They're 7 grand each. And I moved them. Holy shit. They are light. They mount on the side of the car. He's got a bunch of stuff. But I'm going to move on to another car that no one knows exists. In '63, Chevrolet wanted to make a fuel-injected 409. And there is one prototype. And my grandfather found it in Ohio. It was stowed away. It was collecting dust. No one knows that this even exists. And it's the only one. It's made by Chevrolet. It's not, he didn't have it made. It's made by Chevrolet, and it has the GM, everything. It has all the numbers. And one second, let me pull up my messages here and show you. One second. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so I want you to take a look at this picture. This is me standing here. This is a '63 409 Bel Air. I'm going to zoom in. See this right here? That's the piston of the fuel injection. Sorry, glare. That is the piston for that pumps all the gas. You can't get much more out of this picture, but that is the piston. Also, there are 16 Dodge 8990s left, and my grandfather owns one of them. This is one. That's me standing next to it. We recently had a fuel leak with it, and I fixed it. And so focus, damn it. Okay, so this car, my grandfather's wife, my grandfather's wife's sister, which I call Uncle Ralph. My grandfather's become best friends with him, and he had him take his Dodge 8990 out to a car show. And a guy walked up and said, "Is this a Dodge 8990?" He said, "Yeah." He's like, "No, it's not." He's like, "Believe what you want to believe. Can I get another car and look at all the numbers under the car so I can actually see if it's a Dodge 8990? He comes back out from the car. "It's the Dodge 8990. It's the real deal." He's like, "Yeah, it's the real deal." Also, another time when he took it to our car show, my grandfather was confronted with a guy that said, "This is my dad's car. He's about to pass, and I want him to see it before he passes." And my grandfather hauled it out to, I don't remember where it was, and he got it painted how it was when he raced it in '65. I don't remember what year they were made. I'm sorry, I don't know years real well. I just fuck off. So he got to rev it up, and there are only 16 left. And I know a lot of you, if you're into Chevrolets in the 60s, you'll know what a Z11 is. And the old reliable and all of that. I've seen 5 Z11s. And that's crazy because I went to a Meekum car auction and Kissimmee, Florida. It was a Meekum auctions, and a guy was selling 4 Z11s. The old reliable sold, and then another one sold. I don't remember, but I saw there were 4 up for sale, and 2 of them didn't meet the reserve. My grandfather, he knows where 2 more are. There's 12 that have been found and restored. There's actually 14 that have been found. My grandfather found 2. There's 2 sitting up in Ohio in the snow, rotting away. There's the door panel. You can see the door panel is all rusted off. Everything's gone. And it's in bad shape. And my grandfather received the best one. And I'm gonna get a video up here for you. If you come on, this is a Z11 car. This is Glenn Campbell. This is a Z11 427. '63. Dave Colbert. This is Dave Colbert's car. And one second. So, if you don't know, like, I think it's like Sunday, it's like Friday through Saturday. Oh, Friday through Sunday, there is a meetup in Ohio, and my grandfather is taking his Z11 there. There is going to be 2 Z11s racing. They're not going to race them hard, but Dave Colbert, the original driver or owner and driver of this Z11, is going to be racing it down the dragster. It's in Ohio. You can probably look it up. I don't know much about it, but that's happening. And that's going to be probably the last time you're ever going to see 2 Z11s take off. Like, ever. Because they're so rare. Only 12 have been restored and are in good shape right now. And my 1 second. So that's all I've really got for y'all today. I will give y'all some updates. I can go check out my brother's channel. Here, okay. My brother's channel is Collier A. I think it's Collier Day. But he posted a video of my grandfather doing a burnout with his Z11. And it is here. Actually, I think I got it. I think I have got it. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up here. 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm going to show y'all something. Dang it, it's covered up in that one. It's covered up in that one too. Dang it. Give me 1 more second, please. Please wait patiently. Promise you it's here somewhere. Is it before this? I'm sorry, this is obnoxious, dumb. Oh, please don't click away. Almost got it. Give me 1 second here. I'll just pull it up. Let's pull it up. Search up Z11 Impala. And it's Z11 Impala. And you scroll down. Right here. Big badass engine. So go subscribe to him, alright? Y'all go subscribe to him. Please. It's Collier Day. COLLIER space DAY. I'll just put it in chat right here. There you go. It's Collier Day. And I'll have a good rest of your day or night or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And see ya.